remember. Told me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. Fuck the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Open my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. Good enough I can remember. Good enough I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crash while I'm out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember. December, over my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God enough I can remember. God enough I can remember.
Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast on this Wednesday, man. Y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, y'all know my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional trial hauls, and y'all know we got Music Monday, which we just had this Monday, but this is officially Sold Out, where we continue to talk that sneaker talk. Definitely take the time to sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat, and it's free to sign up. Where, of course, we know we continue to sneaker talk, but we got a food section, a sports section, a lid section, you name it. We even got the sports section. And, of course, if I don't get the video out in time or make the content in enough time, you know for a fact somebody's putting the information in the Discord, man. We got a small community, but we're growing slowly but surely. Appreciate everybody that's been rocking with the kid lately, man. But tonight's topic, man, because I'm only going to be on this joint for like an hour. Y'all know how sometimes these topics can be either straight to the point or it could be kind of long-winded for the kid. And I've definitely had a long day as well because the grind just don't stop, man. So as y'all coming in and out, y'all definitely smash that like button. I'm going to touch the chat in just a little bit. But tonight's topic, man, we're talking Chinese TikTok users expose luxury brands. And then sneaker spending declines and small business. I guess they're going to try to sue Trump, but I've seen this kind of floating around with that TikTok situation where pretty much users are basically exposing like what it really costs to get their stuff made. Now, there's a lot of things and factors that I can play into this drink, and I'm definitely going to start there first. Just to kind of get my thoughts on it. We've seen this time and time again with some of the major brands, right? It's down to like whenever we saw Dior, what it costs to get their stuff made. We've always had this discussion kind of like indirectly, right? About as far as like, what does it take to get a Jordan made? And then, you know, what we spend for it. You know what I'm saying? But again, there's a lot of things that we're playing for other than just the physical product. Because in that case, Nike them, and I'm not trying to defend them, but we're just going to throw out some examples here before I get into that topic. If Nike them charges what they spend for it, then they would just be breaking even every time. How would they get the next model shoe? So how would they get the next deal? They got to pay this, keep the lights on in the buildings, still got to get to the States somehow. You know, all that stuff factors in there. And the only reason I could probably tell you that is because when I was working on doing my actual merch, me and Dunks were doing a sold out merch. Like, whenever I did what YouTube offers, you know, let's not to disrespect it because it is what it is and there's no money up front. All you got to do is put it out there, they screen print it or what have you and call it a day. Now, this is where the problem comes into play. You're lacking the quality. You don't get to choose all that. I mean, you do, but at the same time, you don't get to see it, and the screen printing is not necessarily the best. It gets the job done, but it's not the best, right? So then this is how I kind of discovered where this is actually a whole lot more expensive than what you think. You know what I'm saying? Getting the stuff made, sure. I saw the shirts and most places want to do at least 100 probably even more. I think some even want to do 300. You can negotiate what you can get. But me, a small channel, case in point, right? I got X amount of followers. You can say like only 10% of the people that's actually going to buy your stuff, and then the rest of the stuff is going to probably go over time until you sell out. So unless you're just popping with like even the million subscriber people stuff is, people, we get sold stuff every single day that we really don't need, but that person you got to really sell your product, So case in point, and I'll break this down a little bit later, but case in point, some of the things I take into play, right? That I didn't take into play that I realized what it is. Website, not free. You know what I'm saying? To get the website and you get all that stuff set up, there's going to be a monthly fee at best. It's not like a one-time cost unless you do like a yearly subscription or something like that. Even we could bring it back to me doing YouTube, right? People say, all right, cool. People always ask me, right? Do you get paid from YouTube? And I'm like, bro, honestly, I got to be doing it for the love, because reality is, yes, I receive something, but compared to my time, my camera, I just bought a new camera and lens, check, right? And you can't factor in your time, but then also you got to factor in like, okay, cool. The camera I spent, got that, right? I keep saying that. But then you can factor in like this editing software I use. It's not free either. You either can do Final Cut, and there are free options, but when you want to get to the point where stuff is, kind of user friendly and you get the quality that you like, as you grow, you're going to invest more, right? So case in point, like I said, you got the editing software. Now Final Cut Pro, last time I checked, I think it's like anywhere from $300-$400, but they only do so much with that program. A program that constantly updates, like at least like every 20 to 30 days we get a new update. I use Adobe Premiere. Like Adobe products do cost a little bit more, but I will say I started out on that. I got used to it, and maybe I could cut over to Final Cut Pro, but it'll be slightly like a learning curve. But even still, they make newer versions, and eventually you're gonna want to buy that. So case in point, I may not spend $400 up front with Adobe, but I spend a little bit more when it's all said and done. But I mean, it's a program that works for me. So case in point, I say all that to say, bringing it back to like Nike and them, right? Pretty much website costs, physical store front costs, getting this stuff shipped over here costs. All that's got to factor into play. You know what I'm saying? Now, do they need all these top executives, this, that, and the third? I think they did do some employee cuts to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things come into play. But so when people see like, okay, cool, they didn't pay but this much, but there's a lot of stuff they're getting paid more, that they got to pay more on the front end to get it over here and ship it out and get it done. And if your brand is as big as Nike, say I do like $100, like 100 like items order, selling on my website. Even if that stuff sold out instantly, dog, I'm going to be busy for like the next like week or so trying to get the shit shipped out. And because you got to have some form of organization to it. So imagine Nike, they got thousands, right? So just kind of one topic we can think right there. And then we're going to go into pretty much the small business that are suing Trump. And then what I'm going to do is go into footwear spending seen as more resilient during the recessions than the apparel purchases, which we just kind of go hand in hand with that. So we'll start with the Chinese TikTok joint, go straight there, then we'll go to the small business that are trying to sue Trump. My quick thoughts on that real quick. I don't think Trump is afraid of any type of lawsuit, right? I mean, the guy is relentless is what I call it, man. And we're not talking the politics side of thing. We're just talking as how this can affect like footwear spending and apparel. Like I'm not going to go into politics. Then we'll talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases and wrap this thing up for here. So let's go and get the party started, man. Like, cause obviously this Chinese TikTok thing I didn't even think I was going to actually have that much thought on it, but it kind of just stuck to me. So I'm sharing my screen here. Boom, you guys should be seeing my screen. Says Chinese TikTok users are going viral, claiming luxury brands use cheap local manufacturers. Well, this is something that we've been known, and I'm going to touch the chat real quick, some of the obvious that we've seen up here. One you can't see on the screen because they come in it like before the live, but it was from the Jordasy. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Homie said, to me, this is such old news where else everywhere else that people think that they came from. Yeah, so he says, to me, this is such old news. Where else did people think they came from? So I'm assuming they're talking to product. So this is something that he's saying like old news because we've been knew this, right? You know what I'm saying? We've been mumbling, like I said at the beginning of the live, for like years now. Like, bro, it kind of sucks, but at the same time, do you really want to take that route and get what Nike them doing? Because to be honest, I think the only thing that's really Nike them know for sure to make it real or fake is certain numbers they got on there, some type of accountability. But that's something that I have a feeling they'll never expose. I don't think so. They've pretty much been over with. It says it all comes from China. Even when it comes to shoes with the UA, there is no difference. UA is different from a replica. Nowadays, now back in the day, you could tell the difference, but now it's kind of like really, really hard to tell. And it's kind of one of those, honestly, if the person don't have proof of purchase, to me, I would kind of like suspect it. And you got to really know where it's come from. And even still, dog, honestly, it's really hard to like, quote unquote, authenticate certain stuff, man. So I agree with you to a certain extent, but I still don't want no UA version. I want the real deal Holyfield. You know, and I get it. What you're trying to say these days and times is just way harder to tell. Oh, we got Gun Player in the building says, what up, what up, what up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man. So pretty much we're going to start this off. It says U.S. and China are currently embroidered in a trade war with each country imposing 125% tariffs on each other. So pretty much this means basically, for the people who don't know or understand the tariffs, and I barely understand it myself, but what I've been getting from it is, okay, cool. Now it's going to cost Nike them more to get the stuff over here. And then if we want to get stuff over there, it's going to cost China more. So kind of one of those, like, really the big businesses are the ones who I feel like should be saying something. But notice they've been kind of keeping low-key really, really quiet. And look like it's got like some profile from like Complex on this joint right here. And I'll probably play a little bit of it. It says, people in China have taken to TikTok to shine a light on popular luxury brands that allegedly depend on the low cost of Chinese manufacturers and turn charge a ridiculous markup to customers. I mean, again, like I said, you can think of Dior. We can think of any brand here. I mean, I'm pretty sure you insert it is pretty much what it is. You know what I'm saying? Unless that stuff is getting made, handmade in-house. But even still, you know, like who's going to hand make every single one as much? You know what I'm saying? So you think of those brands like we can put like Gucci in there or what have you. Like those brands that, I'm going to be honest. You walk, if you can walk away from Gucci just spending like maybe like a straight like 200-300 piece, you picked up a very small item. I know that. I mean, like I got like a Gucci bag joint. It added up. Gucci suit. It added up. I seen it actually change prices. They think I didn't notice, and when I clarified change prices, meaning it went up. So the viral claim comes after Donald Trump announced a 90-day pause on the reciprocal tariffs for all countries except for China. So it means basically what I got from it for the next 90 days, he's paused the tariffs because the other countries apparently are said they're going to come to the table and let's make a deal. China said no, they don't want to make a deal, so he's got theirs still on strike. But again, a lot of our products come from China, and I've been breaking this down for like weeks now, right? So we'll see how that goes with that. Now, my thing is this. I think, to the best of my knowledge, he put tariffs and paused tariffs on all the ones except for China, but to the best of my knowledge, he didn't even bother wasting his time with Russia, you know, and everybody's kind of questioning that one. Again, just me from the outside looking in. I don't have the direct answers here. It says, which saw its rate raised from 84% to 125%. Chinese president, and I'm not going to pronounce his name, it says, responded by imposing 125% tariffs on the United States and placing export restrictions on rare earth materials. So China is one of those, they preparing to play hardball. A lot of these other guys like, man, what do you want, man? Let's figure it out. Do I see that probably coming at some point? Sure. I think between this situation, between us, and I guess that would mean Trump, versus China in this situation, it's probably going to be one of those who's willing to fold first, you know, side of that thing. Because some tells me, you know, the administration we got in there now, they don't want to never admit when they're wrong. It says, while TikTok is banned in China, it says the Chinese version of the app is a major source of the viral content within the country. The luxury brand claims appear to have began circulating there before spreading internationally through reports. Now, this is my thing with this whole situation. Remember when they were going to ban TikTok and then all of a sudden now they don't even get brought up. So I guess there's some memes that's going around from like on Instagram. It says Chinese suppliers are what it says are. What am I looking for? Let me scroll this joint because obviously I'm all over it. I didn't even try to start this joint. It says given the tea on the tariffs. Swipe to learn how they get Nike, Louis Vuitton, and more on the low. I mean, I bet they do. So this is somebody from like their own like Instagram here. It says, please go look up my favorite brand in China warehouse on TikTok. It says they are really fighting back. They said those leggings y'all pay $100 for. Let's see. The at Lululemon says, well, sell it for $5 and help you get back to the States. Wow. So these people telling me like they're willing to do this stuff right here. So I did see this stuff kind of floating around. I don't think this one is, if this is a video, but she was talking, so it doesn't have any audio. But I remember seeing this one where this person put it out there. Another person posted this. It says the Chinese government recently told their people F copyright law and U.S. patents, make what you want. It's private season. Wow. So these people out here really coming like this. And again, do they have the right? How do I feel about it? This is a really tough decision because, I mean, I get it. You're trying to make such a dramatic change, but you're bullying it. You know what I'm saying? Versus maybe try to sit down and have a conversation. But then again, who's to say they didn't, right? Looks like we got Manny with the kicks in the building. Says, "Yurt, what up, Manny? What up? What up? What up? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out, man." So yeah, this is pretty much the people that are saying that they will pretty much help you get your product over there, or if you still want to purchase their stuff here on there. Now, I will say this: some of this stuff I probably can't play just because I don't have a TikTok, and I'm not knocking on people who do have TikTok. I'm staying in my generation of stuff, man. I'm gonna try something new, but this just I ain't ready yet. So pretty much just the Chinese joints pretty much saying that joint. Let me read through the rest of the article real quick. It says, there has been some debate on about the validity of the claims. One person alleges his Instagram account was permanently suspended without warning after Hermes reportedly filed a complaint. The reason for the removal of the post was because it contains certain saying something that infringes someone else's trademark rights or promotes counterfeit goods. So again, I don't feel like they were trying to expose the companies here on purpose. I feel like they were just exposing, like letting us know, like, yo, y'all doing it to us, and when we was doing this and just keeping quiet and letting y'all do this. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if China over there be like laughing at, like, man, the U.S. really will spend a lot of money for something that's not even gonna last, even though it's supposed to be the better quality. You know, I think we all can attest to that to a certain extent. Let's see, Manny, that's read that one, all right, cool. But yeah, it looks like we all can attest to that to a certain extent. You know what I mean? So at that point, to me, I feel like, yo, they right, but at the same time, how is we supposed to get, you know, the thing is, I guess we got it like somewhat like, I guess implanted in our brain pause that if you didn't get it from the Nike then or wherever it's supposed to be, whoever's selling it, then it kind of makes it not feel the same. I think the authenticity part of things, yeah, there's still going to be some real versus fake. But I think if we think about it deep enough, pause, I think that like that's whenever we can really think like, yo, we're buying to support the brand because we believe in them. As you know, we want it from official sellers. And maybe we're just programmed to think that, and maybe there's no difference. Now, I've seen some sneaker YouTube channels, and I'm not taking shots at anybody, nor judging, nor do I care personally, so I'm not going to put out any names, where they have they do counterfeit reviews and what have you, and show you side-by-side comparison of like, yo, there's no exact difference. So, with that being said, if there's no exact difference, and you know, hell, y'all are just buying it because for the brand, we are. You know, we all are a little bit guilty of that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what you're talking about, Manny. Manny says, Polo getting TikTok, let's get it. Nah, I'm not getting. Y'all know I don't do, no disrespect, I don't do the social media shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a social media guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, YouTube is about pretty much where I'm posting nowadays. I don't use Instagram, I don't use Facebook. I got a X or whatever you call it, formerly known as Twitter. But only posts that go out on there is pretty much my YouTube uploads, man. And yeah, man, I don't know. Social media don't really do it for me. But even though I'm not that big in social media, hell, you listen to any other programs or got any other option, like I'm a big into YouTube, so all the information still comes to me anyway for the most part. If anything, I'm maybe like a day or so behind, you know. Looks like we got Long Beach. Joe Jess in the building says salutes and respect to Polo in the chat. What up, Long Beach? What up? What up? What up? What up? Manny the Kick says, no UA for me, hell no. I get it, and I'm the same way. But see, we're programmed to think that, you know. But you know, there's some people, I can think of several people who've tried to make it out there. And I've also noticed too, those channels actually do pretty well. Here's where the problem comes into play. Once their channel starts to get a little too like much growth, then they see what it is. Because the thing is, it's still, if it's not authorized, it's considered fake. And to be honest, technically, it's like I can see why their channels get banned, because it's like you're promoting fake artificial stuff and damn near telling people where to get it from, and you're admitting to getting that, and you're not technically supposed to do that. You know, is it hard to catch? Yes, but I'm just saying it's kind of one of those, yeah, you're not technically supposed to do that. I'm not the super law guy, but technically, if you get a counterfeit item, you should automatically get a refund. And that's where a lot of these people, like, even if you don't have a no return policy, if you put that out there and say it to somebody, say case in point, if you say buy from a place that no refunds, oh, you can get a refund or you can get your money back. Now, if you take the route that I've told you guys over the years, you most likely can't shop there again. But then again, you're probably going to be so mad you don't want to shop there again anyway, you know? And then those people will give you another chance. Trust me, I've been there, done that too. Let's see. Manny says, Red Devil Long Beach says, yeah, social media sucks. I will say this, man. I used to be very big into social media. Like when I first got into it. And I realized ultimately over the years, like it didn't take me long. I want to say I used social media heavy for like 2 years straight, like a long time ago. And I kept wondering why everybody was in my business, this, that, and the third. Because my ass was out there, like literally, if I burped wrong, I was posting it on there. I'm like, dog, I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? And then I was getting upset when people had their thoughts and comments. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to chill out on it because I'm talking too much. Like, I mean, it was getting bad because I was going to work and people were like, yo, you spilled your soul out last night. And I'm like, cool. Nah, I ain't doing that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? And plus, it's one of the probably the major ways, like if you get in some trouble and you're all over the social media with it, when the cops or whatever do their investigation, hell, you're leaving a footprint in a trail for them. So you kind of make it easy, you know? Thomas Goldring Jr. says, there are some fakes out there. Most definitely. There's a lot of fakes out there. It's always going to be a problem. And the difference is fakes now versus fakes back then, totally like they've gotten super close. I mean, really, really close. If we're going to keep it real. Manny says, you can post your shorts from YouTube on TikTok, get more audience, my guy. Think about it. I get it. But I'm not that. No, I'm good, Brody. I'm good. I'm going to leave it for the young bucks. I appreciate it, though. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Like, I don't want to think like I'm upset or anything, but like, and another one I never got into either. Like, I never had a, what's that shit? Snapchat. Is it What's the one with the ghost? The yellow ghost joint. I was like, I don't see the point of this. That just seems scammy to me. I'm not saying it is. And then the Instagram shit, I got over it too once ever Facebook took that shit over. You know what I'm saying? That shit was cool at first, but then it kind of just, I don't know, it went a little too far for me. Where we at real quick, Long Beach says, bruh, as economic times get worse, rockin' fakes will become more acceptable amongst the sneaker community and mainstream. Watch it happen when people couldn't cop the things during COVID. I've seen some people in some fakes. We post some people in the fakes in the Discord. You might be right, but I think the true sneakerhead still gonna like me. When the whole 2020 stuff went down, you know, I'm trying to keep it, you know, rated for YouTube because sometimes you talk about it too much, just puts a red flag on your channel. Not saying you are wrong, but I'm agreeing. So this is my thing. With those times in 2020, I was taking so many L's, but I still wasn't ready to bow down yet. Because I was always a guy, like, I'm not really going on the resale market unless it's something I really, really want. And I'm like, I'm not going for the basic shit that, like, it's selling out because everybody at home and ain't got shit else to do. You know? That's a different time, too. You know what I'm saying? But, and some people did, I get what you're saying, crossover and went to the other side. me, remember, because I remember they went their way, like, I'm going across the water. I'm just going across the water. That was a saying, which technically the shit already came from across the water, but you know what they meant. They're basically saying I'm going direct to, whoever, right? I guess the term we would call it back then, and I don't want to stir up any controversy. Manny, forgive me for this one, but this was too easy. We called her Wendy Lee, and you get the Wendy Lees. You know what I'm saying? And you know where it come. If you watch a lot of sneaker YouTube, you know where it come from. And again, I don't know what was true and what was not, but it was definitely an entertaining time. So yeah, COVID 2020 time was definitely different. And again, I didn't sell out though. Like, I was like, nope, I'm not getting any fake. I just you have to be patient because it goes through that wave every time too. I went to that time where it was hard to cop anything back in the day. You know what I'm saying? I had to wait, all that stuff too. So it wasn't my first time going through that wave till, well, now, if you think about it, then we got it where we caught whatever we want for the most part. Now we're back to like, we got to do these little scavenger hunts like we did for what? The SB4, the Navy joints. Like, yeah, that that kind of upset me. But, it was like it's part of the game. And like I said, when I say upset, like, I just probably like punched at the air and moved on. Where we at real quick? Long Beach says, laughing my ass off. Polo fell back. Smart move. I had to, like, it was really, I'm talking about it was really bad, dog. I could do a whole live of what, like, stuff and scenarios I got caught in from. It was just not worth it. It was not worth it. Manny says, I tried Joe Jess, LL, to post the sneaker content, no personal. I mean, I feel you. I mean, if you guys want to set one up and post a joint, y'all can do it, but I'm not going to post a joint. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to build one or whatever, I'll let you, like, if y'all want, y'all can get my content off YouTube for real. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to. Manny says, Wendy Lee, is that you? Hey, chill. That's why I ain't really want to bring it up. Long B says, salutes to Manny. Let me read through the rest of this article real quick, and then we'll make sure we stay on topic in time. It says, Hermes has not been shy about protecting its trademarks in the past. The company has previously taken legal action against both individuals and companies for misrepresenting product authenticity or for selling fakes of its items online. And a lot of them did kind of crack down on this stuff too. So they don't play, especially with them, like, even though these people technically could be right, it's still the principle of like, hey, we got this trademark to make it where we can sell it this. I can see where the company's coming in from this point of view, right? It says, and this is from the guy right here, Ahim Adin. Hopefully I said his name correctly, but if not, forgive me. Says, my Instagram account was suddenly suspended without any warning due to the video I published about luxury fashion goods being produced in China, and he added Hermes Paris. Or the reason it's got suspended permanently, I have no access. So, I mean, to be honest, though, you talking reckless, you got to come with what comes with it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to understand that putting that stuff out there when this is the thing, that they have some form of contract with them that they had to sign where you're not supposed to speak on that. Because if they don't have one, then how are you going to get legal issue with them? I'm not saying it can't happen, because clearly it can. But I'm just curious how that's got to be more easier said than done. Mandarin Kick says, Joe Jet salutes. Says, while some believe Hermes is attempting to suppress the truth, others argue that takedowns was likely due to the concerns about promoting counterfeit products. According to Newsweek, Hermes does not manufacture its bags in China. Instead, though, its workshops that are located in various regions of France, including Hadis, Laurent, or Lyon, and in Plantain and Normandy. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but I'm pretty sure I butchered every last one of those. But those are the places that it said it is pronounced. Because, like, I think about it. Some of these brands you do see where, like, I think what they'll say made in France. So it's like it's supposed to be a different level of quality. And, like, and I don't remember if it's Louis Vuitton is or not, but I remember I had bought a Louis belt back in the day. And I got my size that I thought that was going to convert over to the U.S. size. Bro, I got that joint on. I couldn't even get through the first loop. So I had to ship it back. And then I got the next size up and still was coming up short. I was like, damn, did I gain weight? But long story short, the UA sizes and stuff run smaller over there. So if you see any of those guys, like, to be honest, they're always kind of like usually fitted up to a T with, like, I seen the guys, they'll have to fit it up like button up shirts and have like the chest, like they'll have a whole like an unbuttoned joint in the mall, like for real. But yeah, it says Hermes bags are crafted exclusively in its tailors in France by highly trained Astons, and I'm assuming these are just professionals, another way to say it. It's told to the publication in a statement, we do not outsource production of our leather goods to China or any other country. Any claims suggesting otherwise are categorically false and may be the result of the counterfeit misinformation. So counterfeit. So I deep down kind of believe that if they know where they're getting that stuff done and why they charging that much for it, then I'm not saying it doesn't get made in China, but maybe the people that's making it in China, they aren't authorized to, And there goes that word again, unauthorized, which is basically what UA is and what Manny's saying he'll never, he don't want no UAs. I get it. So yeah, that's the difference right there. Especially when it comes to these higher brands. It says another person dissected the claim that Hermes bags are allegedly made in Chinese manufacturers based on the use of similar materials. They argued that comparing luxury products to local manufacturers solely because material similarities is misleading as it overlooks the importance of technique and skills. So again, I've been hearing this back and forth. Now, I don't know how true it is, but I mean, if they're willing to take legal action, then maybe they know where their product is coming in or where it should be coming from, It says, I saw a video where a guy said his bags are the same as Hermes because they are made from the same materials. This is likely me saying my spaghetti is the same as some famous chef because I use the same tomato flour. Needs a discussion of technique and skill. All right, I see you, Derek Guy. I see you. So pretty much he's right. It's like I can get somebody the recipe, right, to like some of my meals that I make, right? I guarantee you mine and theirs still probably may not taste the same at the end of the night, pause. You know what I'm saying? It's like I cook a steak a certain way, you cook a certain way, and we season the exact same way, and we supposed to say, we just going to say, hey, we'll cook them at medium well. Your medium well, my medium well may be slightly different when it's supposed to be the same, but it ain't, So again, that's something that really he's got a valid point on. It says, the thing about the video saying a knockout product is exactly the same as a more expensive product that is most people don't know what they're looking for, which makes them incredibly easy to scam. Hermes bags are a good example of this. So a lot of people saying there probably is a lot of fakes going around with that. I know, I think they also make belts. I know some of the more I guess bigger celebrities, famous celebrities like to wear this brand. I think I've seen Floyd Mayweather rocking this stuff, and I'm not saying this stuff is fake, but I'm saying obviously he shops at a different level. He always wears the fancy stuff to begin with. You can think of other brands too, like me. I like Fendi, I like Versace, I like Gucci, obviously, but again, I ain't got it like that, but I try to get it directly from their source, But I'll forever be Polo though. Let's see. Melody Kick says that's what she said. Polo. Too. Let's see. Luxury brands have long faced scrutiny over transparency in their supply chains, while companies like Hermes emphasize handcrafted production in France. Others have been found to outsource materials or parts of their production process in the effort to reduce the labor costs. So that tells you right there. It all depends on your cost. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the things is, if you think about this, they know how they, those, I guess you can say, we got them with a full guard, with a crash and the hips on them crying, he's going too fast. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what they do for you. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't going to, it says, that boy says, base, podogram. And that's whenever, is this one lady who got, pitched on the back end of her. Yeah. So, I don't think I would eat that either, but, I wouldn't do that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, he came back and then he got them Very, very good, man. So, um, I don't know where they got her from, but yeah, yeah. I bet you that boy better take on your girl home. You know what I'm saying? So let me see if I can grab the other ones real quick. Um, I think this one right here. I think we can do that one, and then yeah, this this one right here is a very unique one too. Where pretty much, man, y'all gave me like two other things. We're gonna transition to this, but it's kind of weird to see how like they coming up with this because I'm like, yo, what did we see change in this joint? You know what I'm saying? Like all of a sudden now that we got all that, then everybody want to know like what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not surprised to see anything like this going down. You know what I'm saying? Let me hit the chat real quick. Where we at real quick? Let's see. Manny says that's what they said. Polo. Yeah, you said that's what they said. Polo. Let's see. We got Slayer in the building says, "What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What up? What up? What up? What's good, man? Y'all smash that like button as y'all come in and out. Really means a lot for the kid." He says, "I've seen you. I've seen YouTube record there's in a different country shopper and luxury store, and that says the material later that all it says what is that, leather? It says from for the matches. I see what you're saying, bro. So my thing is this: it all could be that, right? It all could be a little bit of that, but it all just really depends. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of that comes into play when you think about it, man. There is the luxury, you know, that people like to do this, but again, they probably like when it's all said and done, whatever they charge, of course, they didn't. You know what I mean? It's not them about breaking even. They also charging for their time, the team. They're paying for a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Again, how we were going at pretty much, if you think about, if we go back to using if we go back to using Nike, you know, you still got to pay something. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to be breaking even. They're trying to make product too. Now, can they take a little bit of a loss? I get it. But at this point, they're trying to bring back and just steadily climb, you know? So they got great supporters for that, man. So let me transition on to the next topic real quick, man, because I'm only going to be on the joint for like a good hour or so, man. Y'all definitely smash that like button and sub it to the channel as y'all come in and out. And thanks y'all for being patient with the kid. It says, let's see, where we at real quick. It says, further spending seen as more resonant during the recession that apparels and like purchases. So pretty much they're saying like, looks like it's been time for like the shoes themselves have been taking a decline is what I got from it, right? Okay. And you know, the apparel is actually selling less than the actual apparel, right? And again, I'm not surprised to see this because there's a lot going on with all this new stuff in office, man. And reality is people are being very, very selective this year as far as like what we're getting, you know what I'm saying? And even still, if you took the L, people aren't going crazy on the resale market right now to buy the joint. I mean, I got like, we're 4 months in. I've only bought one shoe on the resale market. Another one I've been debating on. But yeah, man, we kind of all been very selective at this point. You know what I'm saying? If we don't take the win, we take it, you know, move on to the next. You know, but it says Morgan Stanley analyst Alex Stratton said apparel sales descended at the start of the reason, but Foot Locker sales doesn't decline until the third quarter. So, but it looks like they possibly could decline. So they're telling pretty much how it could go down. It says, in the world of a soft line, the footwear section's in better shape than its apparel counter should the U.S. economy fall into a recession. So it looks like we've been talking about things could go into a recession. We have been getting a lot of things going around now that we got the new people in office, and we knew that was going to come with the game. Again, you kind of have to just kind of roll with it. I just hope that it doesn't last long like this and we're able to bounce back, man. But right now, man, you can tell everything is low key kind of went up across the board. You know, it says footwear is more resilient than the apparel, concluded Morgan Stanley Equality Alex Stratton in a research note that addressed reasons risks against the backdrop of official tariffs. So of course these tariffs have been something they've been talking about a lot that's going on, and it is a big change too with these tariffs going on, and a lot of people who don't really understand that it's really not one of those things where it's obviously things are gonna go up for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Looks like Manny with the Kicks has Slayer salute. Appreciate that. It says the spate of tariffs imposed by the U.S. President Donald J. Trump has many Wall Street cautioning about a positive recession ahead. So a lot of people were kind of on edge because, and this is my thing, those bigger companies, like, you notice, like Nike and them, nobody's them kind of said nothing, but I am very curious how they feel about it, you know? But they're kind of like, I feel like just rolling with the punches, because I mean, if they gotta still think about this, not all our stuff comes from over like China, but I think we're strong 65, 70%. So if they're willing to fight back, this could, you know, and again, from what I get from it, they want this to be temporary, but we're going to see how this goes, because it's going to be very, very interesting for the next like couple weeks to see how it is. We could see some prices rise up across the board, across the sneakers, man. Are we ready for that? It says, those concerns were raised after Trump announced a tariffs with double-digit increase on April 2nd. That was followed by a 90-day pause on the increased details from most important on April 9th to allow for trade details talk. It says where we at real quick. The exemption was China made important, where many footwear materials are based, which saw duties up to 125% on April 9th. It says effect immediately. It says in growth, the 90-day delay was included imports from Vietnam, which is a manufacturer hub from sneaker and athletic performance. So footwear. It says instead, during much the assaulted fears over the potential for slow growth ahead. So pretty much they're saying like China's looking like they're kind of banding back and trying to say like, okay, cool, we'll put ours back up too. It says in economics at Wells Fargo disclosed on Tuesday that the Animal Spirit Index ASI from March fell below zero to negative 0.34 from the first time since October 2023, including that tariff uncertainty has shaken investors' sentiment. It says ASI measures the rise and fall of the investment price, and based on fire congruity in social, physiological, human emotions that include confidence, corruption, and money influence. So pretty much that lets you know right there, they're prepared to kind of go with this. They're the ones who kind of just didn't come to the table, want to negotiate. So I'm very curious how far this will go. It says, according to Morgan Stanley equality analyst Simon Gutrin, a possible 2025 to 2026 recession, if we're to materialize, what likely by consumers led, there's due to increased disruption and tariffs costs imposed on retail, particularly those dependent of China source merchandise, coupled with inflation and the price of a dictatorial good. So there's a lot of stuff we get over there. If you think about it, it's not just Nike, it's other stuff that we get over there too, and other people use it. So, and I think they notice. But I do think they should probably come to a talk. But I mean, I'm very curious if they tried to have a talk and they didn't want to talk. You know what I'm saying? It says U.S. apparel and footwear spending in the past U.S. Recession showed earlier, deeper, and longer declines relating to broader customer spending categories. And it says the two categories tend to be among the first two during a recession, and they also appear to have a long recovery timeline, twice as long as other non-durable categories during the economic downtimes when it comes to consumer spending, I should say. Between the two, footwear is more resilient because it decelerates less than most consumer categories on average, or down 1% versus down 3% for dependent stores research and down 7% for apparel and accessory stores. It says core retail sales average a detail in sales by 5% according to the data from the U.S. Census Bureau and Morgan Stanley Research. So I'll let you know right there. Obviously, this is one of those you just gotta know if you know situations. I'm gonna read the last little part of this article, and then we'll transition on to like the lawsuit going on with pretty much President Trump, and then we'll go from there. It says while apparel sales deceleration typically begins and immediately when a recession ensures, we highlight footwear retail sales decline did not begin until 3 quarters and on average. It said she also expected a specialty retail to underperform during the recession and off-price retails to outperform on revenue and operating margin due to the trends towards consumer trades, right? Or trade down. It says look ahead fashion firm and this time around could be more disadvantaged versus prior downturns, which one factor responsible higher operation cost structure or fixed costs based on its previous downturns, but higher inventory levels currently also could provide some benefits as they are not burning down to the tariffs expensive. So this is one of those we're going to see how this has to play out, because looks like everybody else wanted to come to the table except for China. So I wonder how this is going to go. I feel like there will be a talk and we'll see how it goes for sure. Last little part of this article, then we'll transition to the last part of the live and then we'll wrap things up here. It says, as for when the economy and the consumer spend in the fashion and footwear might show signs of improvement, keep an eye on fashion stocks, textiles, apparel, and luxury goods stocks meaningfully underperform other customer discretionary stocks in the 12 months leading up to the fast of prior recession. Says it's right noted that the stocks is in a sector also behind the outer performed 6 to 12 months following the start of the recession, even though the broader consumer spending in apparel and footwear continues to lag for other 12 months. After the 12 months lag, fashion stocks tend to outpace other consumers discretionary industry. So that's pretty much, we'll see how it goes on this one as far as like, will China or will pretty much Trump them come to like some form of agreement? We got to see. So last little part of the article, then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases and wrap things up here for the night. Where we at real quick, Long Beach says, I don't think people are coming to the table like that. China is a huge manufacturing factor. They won't cave on this. They're not going to cave so quickly, but I'm very curious how it will go for sure, because you got a point. Like, they know what a lot of stuff get made over there. We've gone down the percentages before. So, I mean, all the rest of them stuff do get made over there, but majority, we know where stuff is coming from, you know? So last little part of the article real quick, we're talking to lawsuits. It says, U.S. small business sued Trump over tariffs, calling trade actions an unpredicted or unpreceded power grab. So pretty much says, 5 SMBs are taking on Trump in a new lawsuit claiming that the president's trade actions are illegal and unwarranted. So pretty much, I'm very curious how that's going to go, and I have a feeling Trump's not afraid because, I mean, this guy's been going through the court probably throughout his whole entire time. When he first got out of office and now he's back, I mean, to guy, a lot of it, even the stuff he's been quote-unquote found guilty of, they still gave him like a quote-unquote whatever the minimum and the lightest is, right? We got to keep that in mind. Long Beach says, what will happen is most of these countries under stress will open up to work with China. We shall see. I wouldn't be surprised, though. Where we at real quick, it says, 5 small U.S. companies are suing President Donald Trump in an effort to halt the imposition of new duties that they say could prove devastating to their business. It says filed in the U.S. Court of the International Trade on Monday. The complaint alleges that the commander-in-chief claimed that the authority to unilaterally levy tariffs, which everybody's not happy. Finally, people are probably going to speak out about these tariffs, but it's still like the small business. But I mean, it's got to start somewhere. So if those guys can get something started, the bigger ones probably will step out. Just what it seems like. It says on the goods imported from any and every country in the world at any rate. It says calculated via the methodology or more could price immediately with no notice. A public comment or phase in or delay in an important despite massive economic imports that are likely to do several damages to the global economy. So they're letting you know it's obviously not going to be a cheap thing here, right? It says not only has the power not has been granted in the salute by Congress, they said if Congress were to do so, it would be an unlawful delegation of the legislative power. So pretty much these people are fighting back, man. And I'm going to read through this real quick because it's definitely a lot on this one. But I'm going to just try to get the nist and the gritty of this joint right here because I want to make sure I hit this one real good. Because honestly, they got a point. So it says Trump has invoked the International Emergency Economic Power Act, says a little-known Jimmy Carter-era trade tool to image unilateral tariffs against America's trade partners, an action that plaintiffs claim it's not justified by the law and standards. So these people are really trying to, obviously, this is my thing, because it's going to cost them to get it and vice versa. So honestly, when those people were used to already probably paying what they normally pay already, now it's going up across the board. You know what I'm saying? His claim emergency is a figment of his own imagination, trade deflects, and which had presented for decades without causing economic harm or not an emergency, nor do these trade diminishments contribute in or universal and extraordinary threat, they wrote. It says the plaintiffs include New York-based Victor Owen Schwartz, hope I'm reading that correctly, a director of wine and spirits, Utah headquarter Giovanna Pipe, which is a manufacturer of plastic pipes for plumbing and other applications. Plaintiffs says Micro Kits LLC, a Virginia company that makes educational economic kits and musical instruments. Pennsylvania plaintiff Fish USA Incorporated, which sells sports fishing tackles and related gear, and Vormat-based Terry Preston Cycle LLC, a maker of the woman's cycle apparel. So all those people are pretty much all coming together. I'm assuming that's going to be a big lawsuit, and I wouldn't be surprised to see if this gets settled out of court. Again, I don't see it really going too far, but again, it's got to start somewhere. It says Terry Possessions claim that the products and inputs imported from the other countries are the lifeblood of its business as it begins its finishing goods from China, now also to a 145% duty rate, also with other highly tariff countries like Vietnam, Italy, and the Philippines. And while the company has onshore operations that manufacture some of its goods domestically, the fabrics and the trims used to do so are imported from the Guatemala, El Salvador, China, and European Union. So pretty much they're saying yo, this is kind of affecting their business too, and say that they probably was doing a great job of themselves, but probably nowhere near on the level of Nike and them, but they were doing their thing. Let me see if I can read the rest of this last little part, and then we'll talk upcoming sneaker releases and wrap things up here for the night. Going to be on the journey for roughly another 5 minutes or so. Says the imports of Terry Cycling replies on are nothing reasonable available for a supplier in the United States, the group wrote in the complaint. Says the small business are asking that the court intervene and declare the president's unprecedented power grab illegal. The complaint also requests that it's President Trump from utilizing executive actions to impose tariffs under the IEEPA, and that is a reform of the country's core founding principle. There shall be no taxation without representation. These SMBs are far from Only U.S.-based businesses feeling the weight of Trump's tariffs. Increasingly, America's enterprises are making their segments now, right? Okay, so the last little part of this real quick, and then we'll wrap things up here. Yeah, we should be able to knock this out real quick. It says Los Angeles-based men's apparel brands Cuts has been impaired by the administration and tariffs of Vietnam and other countries, as well as the end of the de minimis, right? Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, exception, which allowed the company to ship products directly from its factories into China to customers' doorsteps duty free. Cuts in the direct to consumer e-commerce space have bootstrapped their way to success, creating American jobs and or now enjoying the fruits of their hard work in this new country, Stephen Broley said. The brand's founder and CEO wrote on X, but the charges to the trade policy are happening too quickly. And I completely agree. The stuff going straight into effect, but then you like, something like this, they should probably sit down and try to have a talk. But I mean, I get where they're trying to obviously get stuff done too. It says removing 321 de minimis at the same time is an increase in tariff on China from 25 to 145% will be the death of thousands of e-commerce companies, just like the Cuts clothing, he said. So they're saying like this is not just gonna, like Nike them may still keep the doors open, but a lot of the brands are doing, let's just say, well, but not on the level of Nike, but they're doing pretty good. Now with all this going on, you know, that could hurt like the people who got like, you know, I only got 2 or 3 stores versus Nike who's, you know, overseas. They got a lot of options. You know what I'm saying? It says noted that the president in all 3 of his runs for office believing in his America First vision for the country, and while the brand is aligned with the mission, the way that the new duties and ban has been rolled out creates a tremendous uncertainty. The chief executive said Cuts has been proved to use the Section 321 exemption as a way to compete in a global market, but combined with the new heavy-duty burden, its removal and render its current margin structure unsustainably. So I'll read the last little part of this real quick, man. It says, bye-bye resale shops. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, right, and we're not saying Nike them gonna raise their prices, but the resale stores already got their prices too high already. And shoes right now, to be honest, even if you take a L, to be honest, they have been kind of somewhat affordable on the resale market. Like I think of like I probably could have low key waited for the Galaxy phone posit joints, but you know, they went down a little bit more in price right now. A lot of people could just be holding on to their pairs hoping that it goes back up. But at the same time, the one thing about sneakers and stuff, when they're not worn, dog, if you let that joint sit up there 6-7 years not worn, when that person get it, it's not holding up. It's almost not worth it. It's a strong possibility it could fall apart. It says, my goal in writing this is not to oppose you, but to stand with you in your mission of making America great again. We want to protect American jobs and help bring manufacturing back. Cuts is ready to help lead that change, but it cannot happen overnight. It says, my request is that both the removal of the 321 and the China tariffs increase by delayed with enough time for U.S. companies to react, which for production business, it's at least 9 to 12 months. So they're basically saying, okay, cool, we need some extension. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk this out. And you're just doing it without, and I get that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm picking a side here, but I kind of understand where they're coming from. It says, an extended time frame for implementation would give the company time to set up new manufacturing and even pursue U.S. production that aligns with your vision. He said, addressing the president directly, I humbly ask that you take this serious. Every day this continues, more business will fail. So pretty much I'm going to put myself back on the main screen. We'll talk a little bit of upcoming sneaker releases, but to sum all that up, I get what he's saying. Like, dog, like, he wants stuff to kind of be more in America, but there's the thing. The people over here gonna want to be paid more. So what do you think the company's gonna want to do? They're gonna want to charge more for their sneaker. Like, really, we gonna be in a lose-lose situation as far as like the consumer, if you really think about it, right? If you ask me, you know what I'm saying? But we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping things do kind of level out and get better, man. But I've been on this joint for like an hour and 4 minutes. I'm about to go ahead and wrap things up here for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Upcoming sneaker releases. I think we got the Rookie of the Year low top version coming. That's supposed to come, Friday? So I should have a video out on that joint. I'm very curious if we were going to see the Air Max 95 neon joints, but I don't see them loaded up on the sneakers app. We did have that shock drop, or I guess exclusive access for those Nike Jordan 4 SB joints, the navy joints. Salute to all the people that caught W's on that. Manny, I saw that you did catch a W on that in the Discord. Again, I didn't get it, but apparently it was like a scratch off joint. But so was it like exclusive? Like it was exclusive access, and then even the people who got exclusive access, you had to do the scratch off and then get it. Because I didn't get exclusive access, and I kept closing the app or whatever. I didn't have nothing that even showed me the shoe, so I didn't even see it in my sneakers app at all, man. To be honest, when I think about it, this whole entire year, I'm lying. I bought one pair of sneakers off the sneakers app right this year. Let me double check just to make sure I'm not going crazy. Like, I'm going to double check before I get up out of here. So far, because I've been taking a lot of, like, L's on that joint. You know what I'm saying? Where we up real quick? Let me see. Let me go to my sneakers real quick. So I'm going to go to because you can go into history. Ironically, when I was checking my account today, dog, or when I was checking the account yesterday to see if I got the notification for those 4s, I didn't have that joint at all. But let me see. I'm going to go through my order history real quick. My last pickup was those Air Max 95s. Pretty much those what's these joints called real quick? Those, where we at? Because they don't even have a name on the joint. But the last little joints where the Obsidian and Harbor Blue joints, but I forgot. But it's like the graffiti artist joint. I got those, and then I did catch the W on those Air Jordan 9 olive joints. But that was back in like Christmas time frame. So pretty much, dog, I haven't really bought a lot of stuff off of sneakers in a while. Like my last pickup literally was an Air Max 95 joint. To be honest, now that I think about it, all the rest of them, yeah, like the Cool Grade 9, I got that from like other sources, dog. I didn't hit that on sneaker. So I've been taking a lot of L's on sneaker this year. And I've been purchased. I thought I would be doing good, but guess not. Manny says, what kicks are gonna catch fire out of the blue unpredictable this year? What kicks are gonna catch fire out of the blue? Honestly, only shoe I see that probably is gonna go crazy is probably those Travis Scott joints, those low reverse like fragment joints. Those are probably going to go crazy. We supposed to have the cement 4s, white cement 4s coming, next month? So we'll see how that goes too. But yeah, man, I've been on this joint for an hour and 7 minutes. Let's go and wrap this thing up for the night. Appreciate everybody for coming through and showing love, being active in the chat. Really helps out. I will be back live again on Saturday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. In the meantime, y'all smash that like button. Sub up to the channel if you're new, and if you haven't done so already, of course, you know, my name is Jeremy Jones, and what I normally do is make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls, and of course, you know, we got sneaker Mondays, or we got pretty much music Mondays. I will be back live again Saturday. Until the meantime, sign up for that Sold Out Discord. Link is pinned at the top of the chat. It's free to sign up. Where, of course, we continue the sneaker talk. We got a food section, a sports section. You name it. Manny with the Kick says, I'm going to pass 95 Neons, and Eric Carson posted a early link on IG. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Interesting. So he posted an early link on IG for the those Jordan 4 SBs, I'm assuming. Yeah, Jordan 4 SBs. Yeah. Interesting. I see Long Beach says, I like the cement 4s will be just like the military blue 4s. I think the cement 4s will be just like the military blue 4s. We'll see. But when I got them, I still had to put in a little bit of footwork, but not a hard cop. And I feel like they did kind of slowly sell out throughout the day. But I guess if you wanted them, you could get them, right? You just may have to put in a little joint. And Man Kick says, and the Stash 95. Yeah, that's the last cop I got off of sneakers was a Stash 95 joints. Appreciate that, Manny. Appreciate that. But yeah, man, I'm officially out this thing, man. Y'all smash the like button, sub up, and I'll see you guys again on Saturday. And yeah, I'm officially out, man. Peace.
December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December. Where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. My heart is cold like December, where my heart can remember. Tell me to leave her alone. God don't know if I can remember. God don't know if I can remember. I'm drinking honey right now. Hope I don't crush all them out. If you see me out of town, hope I'm wildin' now. Lost my mind to this cup, it's unbearable now. For the store, they run out of Sprite, oh wow. I don't feel bad when I'm high, I can't touch the sky. If I die late at night, know that I was high. Cried so many nights, but said I was fine. For my demons, I can fight them all, I'm on a high. I can play this song back, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. Oh, I'ma cry a while. I cried so many nights. My heart is cold like December. Where my